Hi there, welcome to Twin Willow Gardens. I'm Rebecca Grant. I'm one of the owners along with my husband Brian. We've been the owners for the past 4 years now, since 2019, and I would love to be able to show you around Twin Willow Gardens. So with that, where I'm standing right now is going to be our outdoor dance floor space. So out dancing underneath the stars and the bistro lights. The bistro lights are always up, so you don't have to worry about bringing in any additional lighting unless you want to. Right in front of me here is our DJ booth. So our DJ does set up his table or uses one of ours and connects into our in-house sound system to support toasts and dinner music underneath the tent, and then sets up his speakers to be able to play directly onto your dance floor for your dance party. Right over here is our load and unload area. So we're very accessible for all of your vendor team to be able to come have a super easy load in. Also, it's accessibility for any folks that might have a little bit of mobility challenges that would prefer to be dropped off up here. Our only incline on the property is from our lower parking lot up to this level, but once they're up on this level, we're fully ADA accessible with the exception of our two tiny homes, which are the only location on our property that have stairs. Twin Willow Gardens has been a wedding venue for the past 14 years now. And with that, the original husband-wife that built the team were really the dream team of building and owning a wedding venue. So Jessie, she was a master gardener and has supplied the majority of the plants that you're going to see here today on our tour. And Richard, he is a welder and a woodworker. So everything with the exception of the two tiny homes that we'll take you over into in just a bit, were actually built from trees that once stood on this property. So all of the rough cut cedar buildings, including the building back behind me. He also was able to get his hand on some of our antique firehouse doors local to the Snohomish Downtown Fire Department before it changed into a commercial building that it is today. These doors are about 100 years old, and if you dig back in the archives of Twin Willow photos, you'll see the iterations and changes that they've had over the years. We're now standing inside what we refer to as the shop building. So inside here is a really multifunctional, multi-use space. So what the majority of our couples will use it for is a setup for a photo booth. We've also had couples bring in espresso carts, ice cream carts. We've had vintage vehicles brought in here as well, dessert station setups, or you can use it as you're seeing today with just a couple cocktail tables set up and use it as kind of an indoor-outdoor space for your guests to be able to wander throughout the evening. This also is where our restrooms are. So just down this hallway, there's two full stalls. The one at the end has a baby changing station and also is ADA accessible. And then just through this little doorway here are two urinals for our gentlemen. Just around the corner from our shop area is a space you will never see on wedding day, but you need to know it's here nonetheless. So come on inside the kitchen space here. This is our outdoor catering kitchen area that is used by all of our required caterers. We do have a required catering list. It's not a small list. There's about 25 caterers on there. So more than likely somebody that you've already been looking at anyway has been here before and knows exactly our kitchen setup and what they need to bring in. So caterers will park back behind the building. They will do all of their setup and cleanup back of house so they're not walking through your dance party. We do have an on-site ice machine, so nobody has to worry about picking up ice on their way in or running out. We've never run out of ice during a wedding day. All the stainless steel prep tables are, of course, included. We have two stainless steel refrigerators available for your caterers' use, as well as alcohol storage to keep your beverages nice and cool. And then we do have AED, a defibrillator on site, just in the event of an emergency. We are a rural wedding venue, so we do want to be sure that your guests are well taken care of. With that, at the end of the night, we take care of your trash for you guys. So you don't have to worry about paying your caterers to take the trash off site. That's something that's included in our fee. But caterers will be responsible for doing all of the bulk of the cleanup, getting the trashes pulled, setting aside your rental order, and cleaning up the venue to make sure it's ready to go for the next day. As we make our way from our catering kitchen directly to the opposite side of the dance floor, this is the first of the two tents that we permanently have up for the season. So this tent, all the lighting that you're seeing today is included and comes with your rental. It provides really great shade on this side of the dance floor for your elderly folks to be able to be a part of the dance party but not be baking in the sunshine until that sun goes down behind our trees. This also is a really great spot as you're seeing it set up for today. A lot of our caterers like to put their buffet meals under here. It's very easy access from the kitchen to be able to replenish food really quickly. And also as the DJ or whomever is releasing tables, it's just an easy flow for your guests to come through, grab their food, head over to the bar, grab their beverage, and then go back to their reception table. If you are choosing to do a plated style meal or a family style meal and don't need the buffet tables, we have had couples bring in some lounge seating under here. We've also had people throw a couple of our cocktail tables under here. So really, again, it's yours to use however you want to use it. Just know that it's included in your rental. Directly adjacent from the tent we just showed you is our in-house built-in bar. So we have a lovely bar set up for your bartenders. Most of the time, the bartenders will come from your catering company, and so we do have them that are very familiar with this setup. If for some reason you do want to bring an outside bartender, we can also happily recommend different alternative companies for you to use for that as well. So back behind our bar, we have a 2-unit kegerator. It can hold up to 2 full-size kegs. Again, no need to worry about bringing in ice or taps or anything. We have that all completely covered. We also have ice bin storage right over here and then a hand washing sink as well. And then a bar back table for your bartender to be able to get all of their setup underway. So very well equipped and very easy for the bartender to use. As a reminder, we do allow up to 2 pre-mixed signature cocktails if you wanted to do some signature cocktails for the evening. We do also allow beer, wine, cider, champagne, and seltzer. Just no hard alcohol in terms of shots or made-to-order cocktails outside of those 2 signature cocktails. So we want everyone to get home safely and enjoy their drinks, but we are limited to those 2 signature cocktails and then the additional non-hard alcoholic beverages. Alrighty, as we make our way over to our main dinner reception tent, this is really the crown jewel of the gardens. So this is a one-of-a-kind custom tent that you will not find anywhere else. It is a 40 by 60 foot tent. We do accommodate up to 150 guests. We have had full-scale weddings as small as 23. So regardless of what size you opt to do for your guest list, it will look spectacular underneath this tent. With that, we are the only flat lay tent liner in the state of Washington, which basically means it's a really smooth finish, creates a really clean aesthetic. It creates a really great reflector for your photographers, so you don't have to use as much flash photography. We also opened up the ends to be clear instead of the solid white that you're going to see on most venues' tents to really allow that valley view to come in and also a lot of natural sunlight. All 3 of the chandeliers are included. You are absolutely welcome to decorate them and do anything you want to the chandelier or ceiling. As long as it comes down at the end of the evening and doesn't ruin the tent, you can do literally whatever you want. You're also going to see an example of our in-house vineyard chairs with the ivory cushions. We also provide 20 of the 60-inch round guest tables, which typically seat 8 people per table. Your florist, of course, will provide the centerpieces, the candles. You are welcome to have real candles as long as they're in something that covers the flame. So in case they flip over, they're not going to go on to your linens or onto our artificial turf. All the way throughout the main reception tent and over to our DJ booth, you will see the artificial turf throughout. So regardless of what weather does, it's always going to look like this. There is about 3 feet of drainage underneath this artificial turf, so ladies with heels don't have to worry about poking holes in the grass or anything like that. So it's very, very easy to walk on. We also provide complimentary clear tent sides in the event of rain. You do not have to worry about stressing and keeping your guests comfortable. We take care of putting those up for you. We also have a propane blow-in heater, so your guests are very, very comfortable while they're under here if it does happen to rain on wedding day. Alternatively, we do have sunshades too. So on our south-facing side and on our west-facing side, we do have sheer curtains that get pulled aside during the heat of the day just to keep the sun off of your guests' back as they're seated on those 2 sides. And then we do reattach them in with the pull drapes, so that way it creates the beautiful open view to the gardens that you have throughout the duration of your dinner. I also wanted to point out one of our in-house tables that you're welcome to use. A lot of couples do use this as a sweetheart table as it's presented today with just 2 seats for the both of you. Alternatively, we have had couples use it for a welcome table. So that's things like your gift table, guest book, things like that. So just know that it's yours to use if you'd like to use it, and this table does not need a linen. Down in our lower lawn area is also artificial turf throughout, and this is where we have 2 of our 3 propane fire pits. So our fire pits get turned on generally kind of right after your toast time, as that's when guests start to meander through the property a little bit. So those get turned on. We have 4 Adirondack chairs per fire pit. And then also this is a really popular spot for couples who would like to bring in lawn games. It lends itself to cornhole and ladder golf and giant Jenga really, really well. So it's a really great entertainment spot for as the reception formal programming is starting to wrap up to an end, and as guests really want to come down and just enjoy their little spot that they found. As we make our way back to the ceremony area, we're going to pass this shed on the right-hand side. It's nothing exciting besides where we store our chairs, but you are 100% welcome to use the shelf for anything that you'd like to display on the way back to the ceremony. We have had a lot of couples to put an in-memory table there. It's a really great spot to be able to feature past loved ones as guests make their way back to the ceremony. Welcome to your ceremony area. This is what we refer to as your wedding in the woods. And as you can tell, we are completely surrounded by old growth cedars, hemlocks, and maples completely around us. You'll also notice that we have a pretty significant tree canopy up above. So in the event of rain, you are very well protected. We also provide 60 clear loaner umbrellas while guests are on site. And also, again, alternatively, in the event of sun, as we're experiencing today, it does stay about 10 degrees cooler back here. So guests are never out in a wide open field, baking in the sunshine, waiting for your ceremony to start. They're very, very comfortable. Included back here for the ceremony is our ceremony benches. So there's no transition of chairs between your ceremony to your reception. Everything is fully set. And then you'll notice straight ahead of us is our giant arbor. So it's about 14 feet tall by 12 feet in width. And this can be decorated as elaborately or as simply as you want for your wedding day. It looks spectacular both ways. With that, on the arbor, we do have a central rigging area if you would like to hang our in-house chandelier, or if you'd like to bring in your own lighting. We have power on the back side, so it will actually plug in and work. We also are more than happy to have you do anything that you want floral-wise or draping-wise. We've got really great inspiration on our website as well as our Instagram page, so please be sure to check that out. We also provide a 12-foot ladder for your florist to be able to use, so they don't have to lug that ladder back here with them. We have it all set up and ready to go. This is our special ceremony processional entrance for those couples that do want to take advantage of it. It is a little bit of a hidden surprise entrance. So the rest of your wedding party would be coming in the way that we just entered into the ceremony space. And if you did want to take advantage of a surprise entrance for your main processional, you are absolutely welcome to use our surprise forest pathway. And the final place we're going to point out here in our ceremony space is back behind the ceremony benches. In this corner is where your power source is for your DJ. So they set up back here. They can, again, either provide their own table or we can provide one for them. And they'll be able to supply sound for your processional music, recessional music, as well as mic needed for your officiant and any special readers. We do have a lot of couples that opt to have live musicians, which in this setting is just spectacular. So we're big fans of it. We've had everything from acoustic guitars to string quartets to a harpist to a soloist and kind of everything in between. So please feel free to bring in some live musicians for your ceremony. It just is amazing. Hidden behind the gardens of the lower lawn area is the first of our 2 tiny homes. So this one traditionally used by the gentleman, but anybody is of course welcome to get ready in here. Has a great interior space with a full kitchen. You're welcome to use the refrigerator for any snacks or drinks throughout the day that you'd like to have access to. We also have a few emergency kit items here before your coordinator arrives with their main emergency kit. You also have your private restroom space, and then 2 getting ready areas, one to the left and one to the right. As we make our way to the second tiny home, you'll notice our third fire pit that's on the property. This gets lit along at the same time with the other two pointed out previously. So generally, again, after that toast time. And now I'll take you into the second tiny home. This home is outfitted with the same amenities as the other, with a few emergency kit items, wireless Bluetooth speaker, cell phone charging station. We also have our Wi-Fi network set up there. In addition to those amenities, we also have the dress hook, so you have somewhere to hang your gown so it doesn't get all wrinkled, and then also straws so you don't ruin your lipstick after your makeup is done. Both tiny homes have heat and air conditioning, so whatever the weather decides to throw at you that day, you'll be very, very comfortable while you're getting ready. And these tiny homes are yours for the duration of the day. So our access, again, begins at 10 a.m., and you have a nice 13-hour rental with us. So music needs to be off by 10 p.m., and then vendors have an hour for cleanup until 11. As guests make their way from the parking lot up to the start of the gardens, this will be their pathway. So this will be their first introduction to the garden space. You will also see as they enter our hand-welded arbor that we've been able to keep from the original owner. He made this for his wife as part of their gardens, and we've been lucky enough to keep it. This direction is how your guests would enter into the main space. They'll, of course, see the giant white tent and make their way up that direction. But I'm going to show you all the rest of the gardens for some wonderful photo ops and also for your guests to be able to explore and wander throughout the duration of your event. This is our last usable space on the property, and it's what we refer to as the circular lawn. So up on the circular lawn, because we do have a beautiful valley view looking directly over to Lord Hill, quite often this will be used by photographers and videographers for some great family and wedding party shots. We have also had couples do their first look up here and also even their first dance up here. So again, you're welcome to use it however you see fit. We have had some also bring in lawn games up here too. We very much hope you've enjoyed your video tour of Twin Willow Gardens today. If you are considering using us for your upcoming wedding day, please don't hesitate to reach out and set up an in-person tour. You can do so via our website at www.twinwillowgardens.com. Thank you so much for coming along today, and we hope to see you real soon.